Hello, you good people. It is Relentless Renee, and I want to share the story with you guys. I know you heard of the Kelsey Berreth case with the guy Patrick Frazee. He was the fiance of this young lady that went missing days before Thanksgiving. It was exactly 4 weeks after she went missing. They arrested her then supposed to be fiance, her child's father, which she had one daughter, and she was 1 year old. Berreth, she was 29 years old and was last seen at a supermarket on November 22nd near her home in Woodland Park. Surveillance footage from the Safeway supermarket showed that Berreth shopping for groceries with her 1-year-old daughter about 12:30. That's the last time Kelsey was seen. And like I said, that was Woodland Park. Now, once they discovered that this young lady was missing, wasn't seen or anything, of course, you know, the fiance was questioned because they were supposed to meet so that she can hand off their 1-year-old child to him. So he told authorities that November 22nd was the last time that he had seen her. So then November 25th, that Sunday, Berreth's employer, DOS Aviation, received text from her cell phone saying she would not be to work, none that week. And Berreth was a pilot instructor. Wow, she was really smart. She was a pilot instructor, and she showed, she was an integral person, and they automatically felt that something was wrong, but maybe a mercy may have come up or whatever, but that was not the norm for her. That wasn't in her character to call out like that. And when call out, I mean, you not even call, you text, and right then and there, they should have contact her family or authorities or try to keep texting her or calling her to see if it was her. So like I said, this young lady, she was 29 years old with a 1-year-old child, doing good on her own. Nothing was bad said about her. Everybody just knew that she was not the type of person that would just leave her 1-year-old behind. What responsible mother would do that in the first place? So, of course, her mother called down to whatever state she was in and asked him to do a welfare check on her. So, they went out to her home, didn't see anything, but fast forward, her fiance the whole time knew that she was missing. He wasn't suspect at first, but if you have a loved one, oh my God, if you have a child, especially your spouse that is missing, and you really know that you're innocent and you love your family, which I would hope that you love your family enough to care to freak out, but not lawyer up and be like, speak to my attorney. That already showed guilt on his part. And I just don't understand how, someone can be so evil towards someone else. Instead of just walking away, you murder that person. I just can't understand that. But I'm assuming that they called things off and he started dating someone else. And this young lady, her name was Crystal Lee Kenny. Now, she was a nurse at a hospital in another state, and I'm thinking it's Colorado. But she was dating Patrick and somehow got herself caught up in this mess with him. But Friday, February 8th, Kenny was charged with one account of felony evidence tampering and pled guilty after agreeing to testify against Patrick. Prosecutors said Kenny destroyed evidence related to Berreth's disappearance between November 24th and November 25th. Authorities have not released information about the evidence Kenny allegedly destroyed. Court records containing details about the evidence that led to the arrest of Kenny and Frazee remain sealed. In her exact words, she testified by saying, "I learned that Patrick Frazee had committed a homicide on approximately November 22nd, and that's the day she went missing, last seen at the downtown supermarket in Teller County." Kenny said in a statement read by the 4th Judicial District Attorney at a press conference following her court appearance on Friday. She also stated that she knew that law enforcement would be investigating that crime, so she moved the victim's cell phone with the intent to impair the phone's ability and availability in the investigation. Her exact words were, "I had no right or authority to move the victim's cell phone that occurred between November 24th and November 25th. In Teller County." As part of her plea deal, Kenny cannot speak to the media, to nobody about the case. Now, she will be sentenced after the conclusion of Frazee's trial, faces as little as probation and as little as 18 months that she can be, locked up for. Now, the officials wouldn't comment on the nature of Kenny and Frederick's alleged relationship, but from my understanding, they were seeing each other, and also she supposedly is pregnant at the time now, and also she is married, so they're not even letting us know what the status of their relationship. And nor would they discuss the status of the search for Berreth's body. Court records containing details about the evidence that led to the arrest of Kenny and Frazee remain sealed. Now, Patrick is due back in court February 19th. He has not entered a plea deal. So, my thing with that is like, why would you kill her? If you was already with someone else, why would you kill her? I understand that you have a 1-year-old child that's involved. And really they were kind of like fighting about that too. And the whole time while she's missing, he had custody of their daughter. And of course, one parent is not there. Of course they go to the next parent unless they are dead or unfit or whatever. But now you have this young baby with not either one of the parents. And I mean, for you to just take a life that easy, that quick, and why? They have not found her body yet. A lot of people think that when you can't find a body or you commit a crime and the body, you still can have enough evidence against you to be convicted on that crime. And I don't understand, why would this lady, his girlfriend, you got everything. You're a nurse. You got a great career. You're married. I mean, we know how that is. Maybe they were on the outs with each other, but you really gonna drive all the way down here over 800 miles to aid somebody in a murder crime and get a felony charge? Even if she get 18 months, even if she get probation, what are you going to gain? You have thrown your whole career away. Really, you've thrown your life away. So what you going to do now? I mean, I don't understand. And I can't say young people wake up, because these are adults. And this young lady, she's a mother herself. Then you have her friends speaking out, you know, just saying that she just got caught up in a bad situation, and you know, her pleading guilty and tampering evidence in connection to a freaking murder. No, I wouldn't be speaking on her behalf, because you got to be some kind of special to do something like that. My own husband, my own kids can come to me right now, and I know they committed something. I don't care if it's murder. I don't care if it's suicide. I don't care what it is. I'm telling. And I told them, don't ever come to me and you know you've done something, because I'm going to turn you in. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and I was the victim's mother, I want to know what happened to my kid. So I would never put myself in a situation where I'm going to defend nobody or my kid when they wrong. When you wrong, you wrong. So nobody is winning in this situation. But this would be a message to everybody. There's enough, what they say, fish in the ocean. Keep fishing. Because you can't love somebody that much that you do some crap like this right here. But I'm just going to include a video where she plead, you know, and I'll put a link in the description box if you have not heard about this case, and then you can read it up on your own. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
We start 9 News at 5 with big developments today in one of the biggest criminal cases Colorado has seen in the last few months. Patrick Frazee faces murder charges for the death of his fiancée, Kelsey Berreth. She went missing around Thanksgiving, hasn't been seen since, and now there is a new woman connected to the investigation. Crystal Kinney told a Teller County courtroom this morning that Patrick Frazee committed a homicide.
Well, she then went on to plead guilty herself to tampering with evidence in the murder case. 9 News reporter Jennifer Meckles was there in the courtroom, and we got to see and hear from Crystal Kinney for the first time.
Crystal Lee Kenny was charged with a felony, tampering with physical evidence, and today she entered a guilty plea.
She entered the courthouse quickly this morning, not stopping to talk to reporters. And while in court today, Kenny stood with her attorney and faced the judge. Through tears, she admitted to learning Frazee committed a homicide, to knowing law enforcement was investigating the crime, and to moving the victim's cell phone to impair the phone's availability in the investigation. There are terms to this plea deal. District Attorney Dan May said that means she could testify in the case against Patrick Frazee.
She is required to cooperate in all cases. She is required to testify if called upon to testify in all cases. And in particular, obviously, he referenced the Patrick Frazee case that is currently set for February 19th for preliminary hearing at 9 o'clock.
Under this deal, Kenny is also not allowed to speak with the media. A judge will ultimately decide Kenny's sentence, and that happens only after all other related cases wrap up. Right now, she is not in custody. She is free to come and go, but the district attorney's office said she will certainly stay in touch with the court. And Patrick Frazee is due in court later this month. Reporting in Teller County, Jennifer Meckles, 9 News.
Kelsey Berreth's family sent out a statement through their attorney after today's hearing, saying the Berreths are thankful to law enforcement and the district attorneys for continuing to diligently work on the case and bring the facts to light.